Hey, my Capricorns. Let's do this thing on this beautiful Monday, June the 6th. This is going to be your reading for the month of June. So from now going on out to the end of June. Hey, Capricorns. So Capricorn's beautiful sign. Love, love, love my Capricorns. Hope you guys have been having an awesome year so far, and I hope the rest of your year just gets even better. Capricorns, strong-willed, hardworking, determined sign that represents stability. So Capricorn, let's go. And Capricorn was a sign ruled by Saturn. I don't know why I always think it's Sagittarius because they're so wise and smart and witty and all of that stuff, and they always get like my cynical humor. But Capricorn is a sign ruled by Saturn. Represented by the Devil card in the deck. And I believe Sagittarius is ruled by Mercury. I always forget. But anyway, so Capricorn, we're just going to jump right into the reading. Hope you guys' week is getting off to a good start. We're going to do a Celtic cross reading just for general energies. This may not apply to everybody. If it applies, take heed. If it doesn't, let it fly. Or change the station. There are many tarot readers on YouTube. And you never know who has a message that's going to apply to you. And also, if it doesn't apply, you may want to check your moon and rising signs. So the reason why tarot readers tell you to check your moon and your rising, of course, your sun is personality, drive, force of will, your go, your enthusiasm. Part of your characteristic is what the sun represents. The moon, let's go to the rising sign. The rising sign represents the mask you wear, what people see on the outside. So say like even if your sun depicts a certain character to be one way, your rising sign could depict a different character that you show the rest of the world. So the rising sign is what people see of you. It's what you show. It's that mask you wear. It's that outside personality that you give off, that outside characteristic. And then the moon sign is going to be your inner emotional world, your deep thoughts and feelings, your intuitiveness, your connection to the psychic world, to the deep emotions, the rivers, the waters, the spiritual. So that's what your moon is going to be. So that's why readers will tell you check those three signs because they're your very, very, very personal planets that represent the inner, the perceived outer, and then the emotional bodies. So sometimes like for love readings and stuff, if you watch your sun sign and you don't kind of get or doesn't speak to you, you may want to go and check your moon. You know what I mean? And even your rising just for like general stuff, career, and even your love as well. But I think the moon and your emotions would definitely be more tied into love. So let's go Capricorn, 12 cards. I'm just about done shuffling. I've just been sitting here shuffling while I'm talking to you guys. Don't forget, if you want more, you have any questions, to visit my website at www.astrotarotc, C is in the ocean, at .weebly.com. And I'll be continually working on that site and getting things uploaded. So let's go through the positions of the cards as I lay the cards. The first card is going to represent the overall energy, you, the situation, and everything like that. And that is a beautiful card to come out of the gate with, the Empress. The card that crosses the Empress is the Magician. So that's the card that crosses you, that might be presenting some sort of challenge or something like that. So it's the Magician. What's on your mind, what's above you is the Four of Swords in reverse. What's below you, beneath you, what you have that you can use this month. The energy on your side this month that's within you, it's going to be the Queen of Swords. I'm liking this reading so far, Capricorn. The past energy that you're moving away from is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. The energy that you're going to be moving towards, what's coming up in the future, is the Six of Swords in reverse. How you see yourself is the Sun in reverse. How others see you, your environment, is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Your hopes and fears is the Nine of Cups reversed. And the likely outcome, possible outcome, is the Seven of Cups reversed. 7, 9, 2, 6. 4. So you don't. The only thing you don't have is a 5, the 8, and the 10. So, Capricorn, some focus on the self, on the inner, any choices and options, anything that you want on a material realm, go within to get it because you have the power. There's been many starts given to you as far as opportunities, where money goes, but it's just about really being firm, fair, honest, and upright in your actions so that you can kind of move forward, leave some of the bullshit behind, and just conquer that fear of thinking that you won't be happy or that you can't be independent and stable and have everything that you want on your own. And if you can conquer those things, they'll lead you to make some better choices and kind of see the forest for the trees. You know, kind of see through some of the smog and clog and really pick the options and the choices that are going to be best for you. And a theme that's been running for me that I see in these cards for Capricorn is, don't wear the rose-colored glasses. Don't let anybody or anything pull any wool over your eyes to see a situation in a way in which it isn't really that way. So let's just start from the beginning of the reading with the first card that represented you and your the overall situation, the energy of what's going on around you, and that was the Empress. So the Empress card, that's a beautiful energy to start out with, just kind of representing your overall situation right now. And the Empress is a number 3 card. She really stands for creativity. What is it? Incubation. Really nurturing something, fostering something, holding it like it's her baby as she sees it, as she watches it grow, giving it everything it needs, nurturing it with everything it needs so that she can set it off into the world and watch it flourish and watch it be creative. And if you look at the Empress card, the Empress, it is a woman who's sitting there and she's considered the mother of the deck, the number 3 Empress, and then the number 4 coming right after her, her husband, the Emperor, is considered the father of the deck. So the Empress is, I forgot which card the Empress is off top. Let me check real quick, guys, because I want to know. Empress is fire. The Emperor, the 4 card is fire. That's an Aries card. So let's see who the Empress is really quick. I'm just going to check my phone because I want to know. Just a second, Capricorn. Okay, so the Empress, this card actually represents Libra, and I've heard it is representing so many different signs. That definitely, I don't think I heard before that it represented Libra, but I can understand that because if you think, like in this card, like I said, she's supposed to be pregnant. She's sitting in this very lush, fertile place. She's got water. She's got the grass that's green. There's the spirituality and the spirit and the mind. There's a connection between spirit and mind. She has the crown of the stars, the laurel star wreath. And then she has the scepter with the globe at the top. So it is just really completely being content with who you are, knowing who you are, knowing that you have the power to create. You have the power to change your world, to change other people's world, and that's what Capricorns do. This sign does this, like I said, this is a Libra card and it's a major arcana. So it could even represent, any Libras in your life, a positive energy that's coming in from a Libra, and you may see something new being created in this relationship with the Libra. And if it doesn't have anything to do with a Libra, it is just really speaking to Capricorn's ability to create and to help others. Capricorn doesn't only create avenues of wealth and stability for themselves. Capricorn is good at being independent, and And Capricorn can also be a good leader of others. Now, this is just generally, like I say, you may have other things in your chart. But I believe Capricorns, they make good bosses. They may not always be like, the control freaks. And that's not saying Capricorn doesn't need to have control. But the things Capricorn does is kind of for a purpose, and it's for its own purpose. So if controlling you really doesn't benefit them, they're not crazy about doing it. They're just about the necessities, the stability, what makes sense. So Capricorn, I feel like you're in a creative time. You're incubating some ideas, or you're in a process of incubation where you're really thinking on really working hard on what you want out of your relationships, your life, career, work, everything, and really working on that kind of from the inside out. When you're pregnant, and the Empress being pregnant on a card, it takes 9 to 10 months to bring that baby to life. And that whole time is a process, even though it may be slow and arduous, it is absolutely vital and necessary. So if 3 is a card of creation, manifestation. So if you don't necessarily see things moving right this very minute, give it some time and just keep being positive and moving in the positive direction that you're moving into. So what's crossing that card, and it's pointing toward the future card, which was the 6 of Swords in reverse. So the 6 of Swords in reverse, I kind of get, when the 6 of Swords is upright, that's the future card, future energy. So when the 6 of Swords is upright, it represents just like either travel, moving away from past energies on to new calmer waters, maybe moving along as a family, or this man is moving his burdens, his troubles, and his sorrows along. So that's what that represents. And with the Magician in reverse as the crossing card, and they're pointing towards the future card, to me, the first message I get off of those cards is you really need to go above, find all of your power, all of your element to move away from some of the BS so that you can have more success. First of all, so that you can be happy inside, so that you can truly, truly be happy, not just getting through life, but truly, truly be happy so you can leave some of the past hurts and pains behind you. Because, I was having a conversation yesterday with the Capricorn about, just so happens that to me, karma is the best revenge on people. So a lot of times, but with this card upside down, the swords are falling out of the boat. So this could not just mean, it could mean that if there's a delay, it's kind of slow, you aren't quite moving on, things keep coming up that you feel like won't let that boat really sail on. But what you may not realize is in the process, the swords are falling out. It's making you, it's a necessary process so that you can take the next step. So however things feel right now could truly be a deception with the Magician card crossing you and pointing to that 6 of Swords. Don't let anything deceive you to either listen to your instincts and your intuition. If something is telling you you need to move on, no matter how good it looks, then do that. If something is telling you, and this could be in any situation, whether it's love, career, or family, it could have any, it could come in any realm. I don't have I got 2 cups cards, so some of this does have to do with relationships and things like that. But I think it's also for Capricorn just moving on. I see a lot of just wanting to move on, wanting to be happy, have choices, and just be a little free is what I see. But with the Magician, don't let anybody play any tricks. Don't let anybody kind of pull any wool over your eyes. And if you don't have anybody in your life that's trying to do that, then I feel like the Magician energy is you. And with it crossing you and pointing to your future, you have the power. You have the power. The Magician has all of the elements. It's the first card of the major arcana, and 0 is the first card, the Fool, 1 being the Magician. So it has all of the elements of all the suits in the cards. And then he even has a connection to spirit. So he is powerful. The Magician is probably the most powerful card in the deck. I mean, he has the cup, he has the pentacle, he has fire, and he has the sword there. So he has all of here's the fire, here's the sword, here's the cup, here's the pinnacle, here's the wand to get the higher knowledge. As is above is below. So is as is beloved, so it above, so is below. However that saying goes, and the infinity symbol over his head, bright yellow card, a lot of flowers, a lot of growth under the kind of roses and the wreaths. So I mean, it's a very powerful card. So either you can manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest, having to do with these future issues, and kind of moving on and getting over some of the hurtful things in the past. And whether that be moving on alone, moving on as a family, just moving on emotionally from these issues. And right now it may not be all about, and maybe it may be about communicating where you really want to go with the people that you care about. So just kind of letting them know what you really want, not taking a back seat, not your needs and wants taking a back seat to others' needs and wants. You really just want to express where you've been and where you're trying to go to with that Six of Swords. And it tied in with the Magician pointing. So I talked about it so we don't have to spend a lot of time when I get around to that position. So what's above you, what's on your mind, what's kind of what you're thinking of right now. It is just coming out of a stagnant period, I feel like, with the Four of Swords. When the Four of Swords is upright, it's just like a need to rest, regain your stability, take a back seat, take a time out, and kind of just reassess. Go inside, just rest yourself. Maybe you've been doing a lot of work, you've been doing a lot. Go, and it just speaks of a time out. But to me, when it's in reverse, it's a time to move. I read it in reverse as those three swords about to come down and stab the man laying there, because you don't want to be dormant for too long. You have to move after you've thought and after you kind of said, well, like I know a lot of times we let situations kind of go how they're going to go. So we may not do a lot to change them to either make them worse or make them better. We'll just like ride that middle ground. But it's really time to make some moves if you want to see some changes just in the people and the things in your life, and just get to a more prosperous, happy place. It's time to come out of the rest. It's time to come out of being all in your head. It's time to really communicate. That's what I was saying. It's time to communicate how you feel to people, and then start to put the action behind it. I don't have a lot of wands cards, so I don't know if you're ready for a lot of action and movement yet, which may also be why the Six of Swords came out in reverse. Maybe you're not ready to move. Maybe it's a mental process and you're thinking about what you need to do, but you're not quite ready to do it. So because I don't have a lot of wands, so I don't see you actually taking a lot of action. I see a lot of thoughts and opportunities are what I do see in this card, and opportunities to be emotionally happy based on the choices you make, because it's going to be dependent on your choices. So what you have below you and the energy that you're able to use is the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords, truthful, upright. She can either cut you or shake your hand. She's got a hand raised and she's got a sword raised. Come in peace, I'm going to deliver this message. Come in balance, I'm going to cut your throat. You know what I mean? She has broken chains. She is going to speak her mind. The Queen, but at the same time, she's going to be honest. She's going to keep it straight up. But the Queen of Swords likes a little drama, likes a little gossip and things like that. So with that card, I just think it's time for you to communicate. Like I said, open and honest and truthful communication. You can do that. You have it on your side. Sometimes it just takes a little guts to let people know what's really going on, what you really think, and where you're really coming from. But if you do it from a righteous place, you're on your throne. Your views, values, and opinions deserve to be respected and taken into consideration, just like anybody else's, whoever you're dealing with, whether it's family, a partner, or whatever. How you feel and what the Capricorn wants is just important as those other people that make up these relationships. So I really think it's just time for Capricorn to express that and express how they're feeling, which leads me to the energy of the past, the energy that you're moving away from. So you're moving away from the Ace of Pentacles, meaning at some point some opportunities were presented and you made some choices. The Pentacle card, the Ace cards don't represent the outcome. It doesn't necessarily represent whether the opportunity or what's being presented is going to be successful or it's not, but it's the opportunity. And then the free will as to what you do with it is left up to you. So the opportunity for stability and to be stable, to be independent, to have the things that lead you kind of to this happiness opportunity is being presented out of the sky, and if you take it and you walk through kind of like the moat, there's, to me, I get a feeling there's just nothing but happiness on the other side. But you have to recognize it. You have to take the opportunity. You have to you have to work hard. No one says this is a short feat to jump up and get this. Is it going to be dropped down into your lap unsuspectingly? And then in the back, you see, I don't know what that looks like, the white there, if it's flowers. It kind of looks like you can see homes kind of peeking through the trees, but whatever your interpretation is. And then the kind of moat or arc to go under is very beautiful. It's very fertile. It has all kind of fruits and flowers around it, and then it leads to some blue. And the tides, whether this is mountains or water, they're high. So it tells me a time of good emotional happiness as well. Because for a lot of my earth signs, your Capricorn, your Taurus, and your Virgo, your emotional happiness and how you feel emotionally may have a lot to do with your money, your stability, and your material things. So like your home, cars, money, those things. And it doesn't necessarily mean you are a material person, because being the opposite sign from Cancer, 6 signs from Capricorn, 6 signs from Capricorn, the opposite side, there's a lot of duality in opposite signs. So it's a mirror that shows you a different reflection. You know what I mean? And that person is different from you, but there's similarities. And I haven't been told I'm a material person, but I'm a person where, I like to be comfortable. And what do you need to be comfortable in this world? Money. I mean, whatever your level of comfort is. So with the Capricorn, it may not necessarily be about being material. It may just be about reaching a level of comfort to satisfy them from their internal needs. So some opportunities were presented, Capricorn, for you to be successful, and it's just all about the choices that you make and the directions that you go. But don't wear any rose-colored glasses with anything, because it is going to take hard work. And it brings us on to the present card. And it is going to take some communication, letting people know what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And I just get the image of kind of just like maneuvering something to fit. Like if you ever had like a freshly cut puzzle made out of wood or even cardboard puzzle pieces. Sometimes that's the slot that it goes in, but you have to kind of press on it a little hard. You got to jiggle or wiggle it to fit. So Capricorn, whatever you got to do to find the right fit for you, that's just what you want to do. But it starts with really in the mind, knowing what it is, and then communicating that, and then taking the actions. But don't take the actions before you fully thought the things through, came to a sound place with your decisions mentally and emotionally. Then you bring the action and the act. So I think that's why you didn't have a lot of Wands cards, because it's more of a thinking time. It's more of an internal time, focusing on your mind and your emotions and getting them on the same page. So then the card for you and how you see yourself is the Sun in reverse. The Sun is a beautiful card. Like I said, it tells me, like I said, with the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun tells me the opportunities are there. The opportunities to be happy, to feel like just a kid out having an adventure with the people they love on a bright 85 degree, 70 is probably more comfortable, 75, 80 degree, bright summer day. That is what the Sun card upright represents. Everything this card is, and I'm not going to go through a whole bunch explaining it, because whatever feeling you get when you look at this, that's what the Sun card is. That feeling of hope, happiness, joy, illumination, like your path being lit up and the sun is shining on you. You know what I mean? And with it being in reverse, all that's there, but you may not necessarily feel it. You may feel drained. You may feel burnt by the sun's energies. You may feel like it's too hot, like it's too much been going on, like things have just been too hot. But with the Sun, it is a wonderfully powerful card, whether it is upright or it's reversed. It's just a slowing down of the energy to me with the Sun reversed, meaning the sun is shining. The opportunities are there. It is all about perception and the choices you make. And that's why I said, especially when we're talking about perception, to go within and be one with the thoughts in your mind and your emotions. Because then your outside world will reflect how you're feeling and what you're thinking on the inside. For how people see you, your surroundings, they see you as the Two of Pentacles. So they see you maybe as someone who, this may say to me, okay, so you want stability and making decisions. And, twos are a card of balance, trying to bring things into balance. One, the first card is the self. Two is bringing in other people, introducing another entity, introducing another energy. And in that you have to find balance. And even if it's not introducing the outside energy, it could be the balance between the self and the spirit, the heart and the mind. It just signifies a balance. And with pentacles, we are talking about material things. So are you trying to balance bills, home, money, cars, family life? You feel like it's a juggle, and I feel like shit is just upside down right now, and that's how other people see you. They may not understand, Capricorn, some of the moves you're making, some of the things you're doing, but at the end of the day, no matter what directions they lead you in, it is your choice and it is your will that will take you where you need to go. And even if we all may not make the best decision, or we all may make decisions that we have to backtrack on, but that's what life is for. It's about learning the lesson. No one else can live your life for you. They can give you all the opinions in the world, but you have to make your choices. When we die, nobody is going in our graves with us. Not our mom, our dad, or our kids, or our pets. So, no matter how the decisions seem and how other people are looking at you, they're either looking at you because this is how other people see you, how they see your surroundings and situations. They may just see you as fickle, not making decisions, imbalanced, not reliable. That's what other people may see. But Capricorn, I feel like there's a method to the madness with Capricorns, because stability is so important to you, and because, being able to move ahead and be okay with who you are and what you have going on is important for the Capricorn. So even though that's how others may see you from the outside looking in, like I said, it's up to Capricorn to go within and make their decisions and the choices that they want to see happen in their life. It's not up to others to really decide and dictate that. It is up to Capricorn. And Capricorn is a cardinal sign, which means you're a sign that start a season. You start things. You are a Capricorn, very smart. So you don't need anybody else to make your decisions. You just need to follow through. I know a lot of times with cardinal signs, we do an awesome job at starting things, but we do a terrible job with the follow through. And that's coming from, I'm a Cancer, I'm a cardinal sign. Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, Libra, cardinal signs. So if you ever find yourself like having a mutual respect with those signs, or even bumping head with those signs, it could very well be because you're all headstrong, leader, starter signs. So then in your hopes and fears position, I have the Nine of Cups, which makes a lot of sense. You are afraid to move to that next cycle. You're afraid of that next step in life. You don't know what it's going to bring, Capricorn. But I want to tell you, the Nine of Cups upright, it's either like having too much and getting gluttonous and just being full of yourself, or it's having a lot and you can still be appreciative for it. You can still recognize I have a lot. I'm willing to share some of these cups behind me. I am willing to see that I can do this, that I can get here, that I can be this. I am willing to see that I can have my wishes and my dreams. They call the Nine of Cups the wish card. But with it in your hopes and fears, you're scared of being happy. Are you scared of having everything you wanted? Do you not think it's possible? It is so possible, but just don't. You always have to remain humble. Never get too above yourself. Like I said, to me, this is the Fat Cat card. How could I not like a Nine of Cups? It shows plenty. It shows having everything. You got more than you need back here. You're getting fat. He got a little belly. He's full of himself. You got more than you need. So, of course, I like the Nine of Cups card. But there is a shadow side that speaks of a gloater, that speaks of a person who is not humble. Like I said, it's in your hopes and fears. So stay balanced. No matter how much success, getting to that success, even if you get everything you want, stay balanced and give back. Because there's always someone out there who needs their emotional cups filled or their material cups filled, Capricorn. But everything, this is in a hopes and fears, and that's all. A fear is nothing but a fear. It's not a reality. It's only a reality if you make it a reality. So it doesn't have to be your fear, and it truly is your hope. It can become your reality. It's just about your perception, your choices, and the decisions that you make, which I know isn't easy to say, but it's all left up to us. Nobody, no tarot reader on here, no psychic in life can tell you what to do and which direction to go. God gave you free will. So it is up to you about choices and decisions that you're going to make at the end of the day. And which brings us to the perfect card, the Seven of Cups. Choices and decisions that you're going to make at the end of the day. 7 is a number that represents some mystery. It represents, and let's just get a good definition on the number 7. And I'm reading this from Numbers and You, a numerology guide for everyday living by Lloyd Strayhorn. In the number 7, the positive aspects of the number 7 are intuitive, refined, secretive, philosophical, and probing. The negative aspects of the number 7 are sarcastic, recluse, no depth, cunning, and too critical. Capricorn, if you need to rewind that back just to hear those definitions, please do it at number 7. Because with the number 7, I say that to say, while there is luck, there is wonder, and there is joy in like kind of being blessed with something lucky in the number 7. There is also deceit, cunning, trickery in the number 7. If you look at these cards, there's a snake in the card. There's a cloaked figure in the card. There's like a dragon figure in that card. But then there's a big castle, this big mysterious castle. There's some jewels and some things that look like they're worth a lot in one of the cups. There's a woman, maybe the woman of his dreams, in one of his cups. And this is God, the Almighty, in a cup. But there's all this fog and this smoke in this man. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to choose. He doesn't know what to pick. He is in awe at all of the options that are before him. He's never seen this before, and he just doesn't know what to do. He could pick a cup and get lucky, or he could pick a cup and lose everything. And I feel like for this to be the likely outcome and overall in the situation, Capricorn, it just speaks to choices and decisions, and a lot of it is emotional. It is emotional, and it's about the people that you choose to be in relationship with, even in friendship with. It could be because even family relationships, because emotions are going to transcend all relationships. It's how you feel about things emotionally, and you really get emotional. We as humans would get emotional about people and situations we care about. So that could even be things that your job could make you emotional. So these could even be choices in job situations and ways to go. And it's just a cloud and it's a mystery. But go within, Capricorn, because you don't want to pick before you're sure what you want to do. Because you could pick something that really could set you all the way back. You know, it really could put you back at square one when you come so far, you work so hard, and you're at a point where you really do feel like you deserve to have all of the things that you wanted to represent that stability and all of that working hard that your sign as a Capricorn represents. So just whatever comes before you, whether it's different people, some things that seem a little fishy, people are bringing like fishy stuff into your life. You don't quite know where they're coming from. You know, just really think, go within. It's not a month to really, that I see, take a lot of action on stuff. You can afford, you don't want to stay in that mental stasis for too long. You want to start to come to some mental conclusions so that you know the next steps you're going to be ready for when it comes to your relationships, your career, work life, family life, and things like that. And I did want to read, and this is so perfect, I did want to read the energy on the bottom of the deck, which is a Page of Swords. Like I said, think about everything, and then overall, at the end, when you come to the things that are best for you and the decisions that you're ready to make, move, act, travel, see things, do what you want to do. Do exactly what Capricorn wants to do, what you've worked hard for. Get that fire under your ass, get that fire energy, and live the life that Capricorn wants to live. See the people Capricorn wants to see. Do the things Capricorn wants to do. This is just a message of just traveling, not throwing some cares to the wind. This is a fire card, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Fire card. Fire signs are all about action and leadership and getting things done, exploring the world. So after you get through some of this, you come out of this period of stasis, out of this period of rest and just taking a time out, not even thinking about shit. Like that Four of Swords is just a rest card to me. You need coming up out of that, looking at some of the opportunities and the things that you have on the table and then deciding what you want to move towards and then taking everything in you to really manifest that. Think of the best decisions. Realize you got some really good opportunities. It's just about the choices you make, opening your eyes to see all of the things that are there in front of you and then actually taking those actions and taking some movement and going forth, with no regrets and no looking back. So, guys, that was a tarot reading. And I'm going to do, we're making really good time. I'm trying to shorten these up. Doing the 12 card Celtic cross readings are, of course, going to make the readings longer. But if I could keep these under 45 minutes, that would be really good because I've been pushing like an hour and over an hour lately. So let's do the mini love reading. And I'm calling it, now this isn't the love readings that I'm going to come back in later in a month and do. If I get the cards that I need to do those readings this month, I want to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic or one of the other more provocative and sexual decks because I really wanted to stick to love relationships. I don't want any cards to creep in about work, general this and that. We want to talk about love, sex, and relationship. So that's why this is not like a straight up relationship reading in a separate video. I'm just throwing it in just to address. They are the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards, the Oracle deck by John Holland. So these are they deal with emotions because they're for the heart. So it's going to deal with emotion situations. And like I told you, things and people you care about, you get emotional about. So that's why I'm calling this a mini love reading. But this really is just to kind of help you work through some of the energy. So if we talk, whatever we talked about in the general reading, I think these are these cards are very good with the Rider-Waite deck to me and just being supportive and kind of really picking up that message and offering some guidance on some cognitive skills, some action skills that can help you with whatever the reading brought out. So that's why I call this a mini reading because they have to deal with the heart. They are emotional, heart-based cards that were created for that purpose. So, and love, like I said, is anything that you care enough about. Love and hate, because hate is just an exaggerated form of love, and unevolved, and an unmanifest. I'm trying to say something that you don't check. It's gone too far. That's what hate is. You love something so much you freaking hate it, because you can't be it, or you can't have it, or you aren't it. That's what hate is. So, or you don't understand it. That's what hate is. So, guys, shuffling the oracle cards, and we're just about ready. So, 1 second. I need to walk my dog, so she's trying to get out this chair, but she ain't going nowhere. We're going to finish this up in under 45 minutes, and I'm at 37:48. So, let me go ahead and cut the cards, and let's do it. Past, present, future, and the bottom card or however the energies read. And I don't read these in reverse. Change your focus. We talked about it, Capricorn. Number 5, change your focus. Present. Number 7, awaiting results. These cards are really powerful with the tarot, with the Rider-Waite. Skipping from the 5 to the 7. So now you see these changes in the number 5. You see going up to that number 7 and what you're doing. In the Empress, we talked about an incubation, a waiting period. We talked about that in the Empress. And then out comes strengthening bonds, 5, 7, 1. So you are coming back to the self to strengthen these bonds and make Capricorn more stable. Not let people take you through topsy-turvy emotions and you being that rock that you were definitely born to be. And Capricorn, the overall energy and what's going to happen for you is love. It is love. Because, a lot of times Capricorn can come off as hard and stern, but they are very loving people, very sweet people, and giving people as well. Very giving people when they care about you or they love you. So just starting off, the energy coming from the past is just changing your focus. And that's what I was saying, Capricorn, just going inside. Not because it starts off at a mental place. I'm going to be real quick with these cards because it is to the point. And you need to think on them. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, but these cards are for you to interpret as well and take what you get from them. So changing your focus, like I said, that it is a mental and a spiritual process that starts inside. You can't act until you formulate what you want to do, where you want to go, and what decisions you want to make in the mind, and inside, in the spirit. The green cards represent the spirit, the emotion. So this is a mental and emotional thing, and we talked about that in the reading. So going inside is going to be, making those decisions and coming to what's acceptable and what Capricorn wants from a spiritual and a mental place is going to have it manifest on your outside world, because then you're going to act different. The people you allow into your life are going to be different, and you're going to start to manifest different results. So then I have awaiting results. You're waiting for something that feels like there's a stasis, like I said, Capricorn, but in the present, don't rush to act. Just observe. See what's going on around you. See where you came to in your mental and your spiritual thoughts. Then make your decisions to act. The red cards are action cards. So awaiting a result, it is an action. It is an action, but just don't stay in your head and your inside too long. Once you kind of come, because you've been thinking about these things. I mean, you've already been in a thought process. Whatever is building up or whatever you need to take action on to change your focus on has been going on for a while. But I don't feel like you're quite at a final decision and where you need to be. Think about it for a little bit more, but not too long, because you are awaiting a result. So it is an action. So you're going to have to move toward those actions, Capricorn, that stem from the change of your focus. And then out of all of that, when you do that, it's going to strengthen the bonds that you have in your life with the people that you love and you care about. But the primary bond that's going to strengthen is the bond that you have with yourself. This is the number one card. And if you see her out there, you see the trees and the light and the grasses, letting her know everything is fertile. Like the earth, the universe is here for you, my child. You, as long as, but I need you to be here for yourself. It is not at this time about being there for other people. Capricorn, make those people who say they love you rise to the test, because you're going to rise to the test. Once you change your focus and really be that person you are and that you should reflect, you're going to demand the same from other people. And it's going to strengthen those bonds with people in your life, because whether it causes friction initially or not, when people see that you're doing things from a place of love because you really love yourself and you don't want anything but the best for you or them, they're either going to have to respect it or walk away if they can't get with it. And sometimes that's what it takes. Strengthen the bond could be letting something go, to have a mutual respect, to walk away from something so that it doesn't get worse. You know what I mean? So that we don't make our relationships with people worse. Sometimes you handle people you love with a long-handed spoon. And then the overall card I got, the overall is the number 6, the love, the stability that we've been talking about through this whole reading. And this card shows a woman and a man, and I feel that for Capricorn, because you have special people in your life. You have people in your life that you have love for, but the love has to start with self. You see how the 6th card in this overall card couldn't come until after we work through the love for the self. You have to work through the love for the self first to get to this place where you can actually have some stability and some growth and really see this fertileness and the fruitfulness come out from this thing that you've built with someone else. So love yourself. And then, not that this was really part of the reading, but what was right under it was the dreams coming true. I've never pulled this card in any reading I've done with these so far. So Capricorn, I did all this talking really to just get to this. Your dreams can come true. I do 4 cards. This is right under. Sometimes I won't always tell you guys, for the sake of the reading, not to keep going and going and going. Once I pull the fourth card and I pick it up, the bottom card, the overall energy, which for you is love, I see the next card that's there, and I take it into consideration for the sign. And I know it means something. But, I got it in the video, so I don't go into it. But I feel like this is so important to understand. Changing your focus and then awaiting the results based on the focus that you're changing, that primarily had to change with how you view and portray and show others the real Capricorn, your real self, what you really need and what you really want, because you're willing to provide that and be that stability for others. It's going to bring nothing but a strength in the bonds that were created and built out of love. So it talks about strong foundations. 6 is stability, built on a strong foundation. And that's your dreams coming true. So I don't care what you think you can't have, how you think your luck has been going, what you think you would never have in this world, anything you want, Capricorn. This is a vital time where now it is on the table for you to have through your choices and your decisions. And through your karma, what you give out is absolutely what you're going to give back. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed that reading. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I believe I put my email in the box as well. Visit my website. Help me do this thing full time, 9 to 5. Get your videos out faster and longer. and purchase some of my services that I provide. And if not, just drop me an email, or if you want something, you want to see something, you want to see a video, you want to see certain topics that are not just straight readings, just let me know. Thank you for joining me, Capricorn. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful life.